wanted to share this epic sanctuary base build. Um, Before we get started, I've done this like at least 5 different times where I've played with different variations, played with the different building styles, and beat the game twice so far. One is the Brotherhood and one is the Institute, and I've had a great time playing it and learning and doing Fallout. It's been out for a couple years now, so I think we all can agree we're not quite done with it. So in this particular challenge, I wanted to focus on settlements. And settlements were something I'd always, focus a little bit on, but I only had like 13 settlements at any given moment. I didn't have time to do the rest of them. So either way, I wanted to challenge myself a little bit after beating the game and just, try something different and play with the settlement dynamic. Now, in this particular game, I didn't want to do any mods or anything like that. So this is all modless, no mods at all. But I will not bullshit you. I did use a couple exploits to get some of the building done, and also early on in the game with some duplication glitches and exploits, and XP exploits. So this game didn't necessarily cheat, but I did use some of the exploits. Caps and duplication ones were very, very helpful in getting it started early on. And there's plenty of YouTube videos, and considering that we just had a patch, I can tell you right now it's still working as of putting this video up. So anyway, here is the beginning of the tour, I guess. Here it is coming in. Water facilities down here. Structure over there. We'll get to that later. And of course the river. Looking back to Red Rocket. So went with this style. Usually when I start building, I build a perimeter all the way around the entire structure, and I really try hard to get right up to the points where you can't build. Boundary lines. We've got our defenses. I will be putting a missile turret there soon, but for now. Anyway, right here's the switch to get in and out of Sanctuary. I didn't have it rolled down earlier, but usually when I leave, I'll throw it down. But anyway, the garage door is a great little touch there. I like it. It's open coming in this way, but we'll get down there and you'll see. And as we walk in, we come right up to the store on the left. Looking back, we have the stairwell going up to the platforms here. So anytime enemies come in, and they usually come in through here in the front, we can easy access. So anyway, here's the store. With this challenge, I wanted to have a reoccurring theme, as well as overall just criteria that I wanted to follow. So each settlement that I plan on building here is going to have all of these essentials within it, and eventually I'll probably do a video to present the challenge to other people. But anyway, here's the store. Did have a switch here at one point, but people just could not get in, and there'd never be anybody in here. Coming into the store, the use. Looks like we got everybody in today. That's awesome. Don't have too many decorations. Need to get a gun thing over there. That'd be good. Still have a pretty good healthy build limit, but just not quite there. So the fine-tuned decorations aren't there. And upstairs we have our clinic, and eventually I'll do 2 more over here to help raise the happiness to a healthy level. So looking up, and it's a very open space. I believe this was a 4x4 structure. So 4x4 structure, 2 stories. Coming up as we go through the entrance again, you got your store on the left, house on the right. All the houses are lit up, but there's nothing inside of them. So I found out that I love these lampposts. These are great. These are awesome. These are great for helping you easily wire everything. I've tried in past versions of this to use invisible wires, but I'm not a big fan. It just takes a lot of time to do that little glitch. So nothing in the houses or anything like that. Just good old-fashioned looks, aesthetics, I guess. But these are great. These lamp posts not only help carry the power, but they give you a little bit of light too. And I'll probably show you guys this at night as well. So here we are coming around the corner. And come up here to the back side, coming from the Vault 111 exit entrance, I guess. Come up here to our second entrance, and nice little platform here. We can get a good vantage point, and it works pretty well because that's where they come in. Now back here, I went ahead and again perimetered everything. That's how I start. I have a lot of these sitting around. We have a lot of these higher vantage point locations within the base, so we can fire down on enemies if they come in. Haven't quite finished that off right there. Planning something here, but I must have forgotten to do something with it. So coming along that little path as we come around that house, a couple more street lamps, and it's a nice little entrance, and yes, you can clear it with body armor and other things, so it does look low. Coming up on the next part, let's hit up our power armor garage. This is something that I did earlier on in the game when I played early on and tried some different builds. Found that I love the, I think it's the Workshop DLC, Wasteland Workshop DLC, where you get the warehouse walls and materials. So I've fell in love with the warehouse stuff. The elevation you get a little bit more out of it. I always felt the walls were just always real low in the game, and felt kind of cramped. So we were going with a very airy look in this particular sanctuary. So I didn't want to cramp everything and clutter and all that jazz. So let's check out the power armor garage. Little switch here so people and settlers and all that can't get in. So walking in, I have a little table here now. I plan on probably putting another one in this vicinity. Over here, we're going to be putting power armor displays, of course, to display our power armor. These are the suits that I've found so far, and this one was actually an empty one, so we've already done the Raider, and a T-51 over here that I'm still working on. Over here we have the T-45 that you get in the Museum of Freedom mission, and I've got this thing decked out completely, jetpack, targeting, T-45F, so it's got some great either way. And so that's the garage. We're not quite done yet with it. There are a couple decorations I want to put in, some posters. I just don't have all the materials at this moment to put those displays down and start displaying it. But a very wide open area. You get a lot of different power armor suits through the whole game, and so you need a nice big area to help store them in. And this is a good one. I think this is a 3 by 5. Yep, 3 by 5 tile buildings. So anyway, we'll close that door there. Fuck my settlers. And again, here we go. We're going right back up the street. Again, love the little flare of the lights coming up. I'll probably show you guys this at night. It's very well lit up. Love having Sanctuary loaded up. So again, all the empty houses are lit up. It's aesthetic. So coming up here, we're coming up to the main structure, and this is a structure that I have built like consistently in the game. I love building it. It's one of the first ones that goes down after the perimeter. And this is the town hall. And I ran it over here to the, the yellow building where the workshop is. Great little building to kind of add on to. And this is a 3x4, 3 stories high with a 2x3 coming out to the top of the garage. Now you can, if you get it right, position it right, you can get one more and then close it off, or put an opening on. But I like having a nice little entrance, and we'll show you that later. We got some settlers. Oh yeah, and guys, always take a minute and load your settlers up. Give them some good armor if you don't need it. It definitely helps with the defense factor for sure. Anyway, so to the town hall. Within the town hall, we have our housing, scrapping, crafting. So all the crafting stuff's here. We'll go in, got our food, all of our crafting, and scrapping down here. We'll go ahead and head on upstairs. More scrapping. I probably don't need all these because I'm gonna load up on on the clinics and stuff like that soon. So, but it's more of a filler. Not a whole lot of decorations up here. Over here we have the beds. Like in this challenge, 26 beds is the amount that we're trying to go for. If not, we push it to 24. So there's 26 beds in the settlement, even though we're only going to have 20. So coming out here, we have a nice little deck, and it looks out into the courtyard. We'll be hitting all this up soon. And nice little vantage point. We have 2 of those stacked up. So we go up another story here. And we're up in my achievements and trophies room. And up here is basically the bobbleheads. I have only gotten 2 so far. I've only played a couple missions. I have little display cases around here. A couple little items in here so far. Plan on, decorating a little bit more as I go along. These are all the magazines we've gotten so far, and another display case. Up here we get a nice little vantage point again, looking down, getting enemies and stuff like that, people getting out of bed in the middle of the night, and trying to take them down. And it's a nice little view up here. So we'll go ahead and head on back down. And back out on the street. I did forget a little feature back here. Let's run down here real quick. As you're coming up between this house, the 2 blue houses right across from the yellow house, I did love this little feature. I hadn't tried something like this before, putting something back here. Now that's the backside entrance right there. There's a little walkway that comes out to here. Now up to here, we've got a nice little vantage point up here. And it's raining right now. I don't like it. Nice little vantage point. We can escape down there and do that. Basically, boop, take our gun out and just run over here and fuck them up. So over there and right here. Really nice little security builds, little vantage point coming back. But I wanted to make sure that, again, you could flow through the base very, very easily without obstructions or having to walk up too much stuff to battle. So anyway, we're back to the town hall again, right here in the middle of Sanctuary. And let's go ahead and keep moving on here. House is lit up, looks real nice, just aesthetic. Now, this was a fun little feature I did over here. As you already saw earlier, we've got these little, gun turret things. Now, you can start over here, where this gun turret is. And essentially, you can run up here on these stairs, and then jump on the roof, run up, and then run down. Jump off of this, onto this. So, I guess I could do a quick sample. I was thinking of easy ways to access. So, say we've got some people coming in and I'm way over here. Well, I'll probably run this way, up through these hedges, right smack dab up this stairwell to attack anybody over here. Now, I left this little place open. Can walk out on the hedges here and attack people down here. Especially this corner, I know I've seen people come. So here was another little feature that I threw in here. You could jump on this roof and jump over here. Now we've got coverage over here. Now I can't jump up here. I've tried a couple times. It just always falls. So basically once you get here, you're down here. All right, you can jump up on this roof essentially and then jump over here to this next little defense area. So there's again some flow. It has an aesthetic appeal. It has a couple functions that we have going on here. Protection as well as aesthetic as well as functionality. So we come down here and little stairwell. The other side of the town hall. And let's go into the cul-de-sac. So everybody likes to hide their power, but this is the power building. And basically, if you want to store your radio beacon, sometimes it doesn't look good. Sometimes you just want to hide it. You can throw it in a building like this with a glass top, though. And it has to be these warehouse walls. So we've got our no decorations, very simple, 3x3, so it works for the power room. Come up here around to the greenhouse, and as you can tell, all we have is mut fruit in here. Typical little greenhouse right here, very well lit, works pretty well. And we're gonna come right back up here. We got I thought there were some people up there. Another entrance to the town hall, backside. Out here, I left it pretty empty. Be great to use some mods and throw some trees in there, but I'm not using mods in this game or in this challenge, so I'd rather just, do it. So this is my armory building. This is one of the little structures you see from the outside looking in. Here's the entrance to it. Again, just haven't quite got all the decorations up, but I've already gotten the broadsider, so I've done the USS Constitution. Ooh, excuse me. Plan on just using this area for legendary weapons I don't want to display. Of course, the Silver Shroud mission, love that mission, and I'll be putting the costume and all that swag up there. And again, just legendary, little armory, works very well. And you get a nice little view here of our last stop, the Sanctuary Saloon. Looks like everybody's heading down to the saloon right now. They love hanging out here. But anyway, we'll head over here. This is not done at all. We have the Automatron DLC, and so we're putting the robot station in here. a couple decorations, you know, just haven't done the Mechanist one yet. And it brings you right out here, which is very convenient. Again, flow and functionality, being able to run through this building and coming out to the entrance again of Sanctuary and over by the store. So there's some pretty good flow on either part of this base or settlement. You're able to get to where you need to quickly without having to run around buildings and whatnot, especially if you have enough ability points. So coming back here, let's hit the last stop. Now, like I was telling everybody earlier, I had a criteria in this particular game and some goals and stuff. We're trying to put together a settlement such as this. It's functional, it flows well, it's open, it's not completely cluttered, and it's pretty reasonable. It seems kind of rational in the Wasteland. Seen a lot of great builds on YouTube, but I think this one's definitely gonna take a good cake. Not to toot my own horn. Fuck you guys. Anyway, so we got 2 of these, so that'll make 80 water. Purified water is always good in the game. And I like this being able to have concrete. Again, using the glitch. Duplication glitch has been great. Been able to get a lot of these materials without having to spend money or scavenge for them. I remember just grinding for fucking days trying to get, you know, the materials I needed. So this is the Sanctuary Saloon. And we got some people on the roof there. They like to hang out, I guess. That was Jung. And a little sky bridge over here, and you'll see why. It's, again, just kind of a flow, easy access thing up to the top here. But I love coming in through here. There's no wall right here. I kind of wanted to leave it open, so if somebody wanted to come down, you know, settlers like tired, they don't even have to go through the gate, and they can just come right here to Sanctuary Saloon. And this is a bitchin' little structure here. This is kind of a variation of another one I did, but I really love this. It's open, it works. So sitting right on the river, and it's raining out. I wish I had a better, but at night you can see it pretty lit up pretty well, so it works. And coming in here, you know, everybody's in here kicking it. Some tables over here and stools. Here's our bar. Nuka-Cola's empty. Jukebox, haven't quite got that plugged in yet, and a little lounge, so it's very functional. Again, it's doesn't feel cluttered. Like, you can walk down here, you can move around. I've seen a lot of settlement builds that just were feeling very, very cluttered. It feels very open when you walk through this settlement. Coming up here, we have the Sky Bridge. We'll go over that later. And it looks like everybody's up here wanting to play some pool. Again, just got to get some balls on the table there. And some decorations. Good old bar. Gotta have the bar. So each settlement I'm trying to do is going to be very, very similar in this sense. Bars and clinics and stuff like that. This was a fun build to do right here, as far as making a bar out of it. I built the structure and wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it, and eventually it turned into this. So going over the Sky Bridge, we're not going to get much of a good view going back this time of night. And we come right up here to the greenhouse. So either way, the flow always goes inward into the base and or the settlement, and it's very open. You know, over here I wanted to do some walls, but I know over here in this little area over here, in this little spot, we do get some people coming in, super mutants and whatnot. So we do have some defense set up down in this area. Probably throw a little bit more defense down here though eventually. This base has only been attacked by raiders, and my settlers haven't had to do shit. They're pretty much dead before they get in. So So yeah, again, coming right here into the cul-de-sac again, our power, and I just love, again, just love these lights. They work really well. They're efficient as far as lighting and getting your power. I did at one point try out the invisible wire glitch, and it was challenging figuring it out and watching all those videos. But at the same time, it was kind of cool. You know, you didn't have to have all the wires everywhere, which really was kind of awesome. But it took a lot of fucking time. I mean, it really did. But I kind of like the wires. They add a little bit of aesthetic feel to it. We are in the wasteland, so um, you're gonna kind of have that. And I'm pretty OCD, but I do have my boundaries with it. So either way, that is the here we are at night. I love it. It's very lit up at night. We can see all the structures essentially. The whole path is just lit up all the way down. There's really no dark spots in this particular settlement. I wanted to have a lot of lighting. You know, you come here at night, it's actually kind of, in my opinion, I kind of like it better in the evening, especially in the morning. Dusk and dawn and evening are always very pleasant to me in this particular settlement. So, yeah, that is it. We'll run up here and give you guys one more look. Alright, thanks for checking it out.